822, St. Louis Closet Company Traffic Center coming up here in just a moment. But first, we're going to check in with Gail Pennington, TV critic extraordinaire with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, as well as STLtoday.com. Good morning, Gail Pennington.
Good morning, McGraw.
How much of the Roosevelts did you watch?
I watched the highlight reel.
Did you fall asleep during the highlight reel?
No, I was able to stay awake through the entire highlight reel.
Gotcha.
14 hours, seriously? Did you watch it all?
I watched, as I was telling Kelly earlier, I watched the first 3 episodes, and then I started falling asleep in the middle of the third, and then I had a hard time getting through the third one. Not that it wasn't interesting, but that Peter Coyote's voice is so soothing, you end up just falling asleep to it.
Well, it's that Ken Burns pacing, too.
Right.
As interesting as the story is, it's so soothing. They can even be talking about the war, and it feels soothing.
They could read the phone book.
Right.
Jones,
Sometimes I believe
Miller, 1712, Wright Street.
You gotta, you gotta DVR it and just keep watching
loading
it.
Past.
It's really good, but I mean, you really need a couple weeks to sort of. I know a lot of people who have recorded it, taped it, and then sort of watch it. You can't binge watch that. It's either that or take Quaaludes, one or the other.
I've been asking people who recorded, get back to me when you watch it all.
It's the parts I can stay awake for are really good. What's this Finding Your Roots that they're plugging in between the episodes of this?
That's a returning series, and it is actually really good. Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr., who, if you ever meet him, do and have him on because he's amazing. But he'll say, "Call me Skip." It's a genealogy series, and a lot of it is African Americans looking for their roots, but not all.
Right.
And mysteries about people's history and their heritage. It's just a really good, interesting show. It starts up again tonight.
I hope he's better than Alex Haley, because wasn't Alex Haley turned out to be like a fraud and like made up half that stuff on Roots?
Well, Roots was a novel. It wasn't nonfiction.
It was a novel?
You can make up anything you wanted to.
Oh, I thought it was like a story of his life.
I don't think
Sort
it
of,
was.
but
No.
novelization of his life.
Oh,
Loosely
right.
based.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, good. All right,
I'm so glad I can be here for you.
I am the way to set me straight. What's this Boomer list then?
The Boomer list it follows Finding Your Roots, and it's a look at the baby boom years through one famous person born in each year of the baby boom, which is 1946 to 1964.
Gotcha. So it takes one person.
One famous person from each of the 19 years.
And that's on PBS too.
That's on PBS too. So, you could skip everything else that's going on in TV and just watch PBS this week, except it's a huge week in TV. All the premieres and season premieres on the broadcast.
What's the big ones we should be paying attention to?
Gotham is tonight.
What is it?
Gotham.
Oh, Gotham. Yeah.
Fox's Batman prequel.
Right, yeah.
And, not necessarily my sort of thing, but I think it's really good.
You said it's really good, right? I mean, and
really good.
Yeah,
Very
you have a pretty
exciting,
good track record.
Smart.
Yeah, and we see Commissioner Gordon as a beat rookie
young
cop.
Man, and as a beat detective, and we see Bruce Wayne as a 9-year-old.
It's actually kind of a neat way. They're doing that with the Bates Motel too. Have you seen that show? Where
it is sort of the same thing, and that's very smart and entertaining too.
Yeah, where the mother's alive, dealing with a young Norman Bates, so it sort of explains a lot. It's actually a pretty good way to do it.
You see how Norman got to be Norman.
Yeah. It's really good. All right, so that's tonight. What else should we look forward to?
Well, let's see. Survivor comes back on Wednesday, and The Amazing Race comes back on Friday, two of my favorite shows.
What, are they changing the day of Amazing Race?
Yes, they're moving it to Friday, and that is actually really, really good news, because those sports overruns on CBS on Sunday are a nightmare.
Yeah. You have to.
I told everybody to watch the premiere of Madam Secretary last night.
Yes.
And I bet nobody saw it, because football ran over so long and it bumped everything ahead an hour, and then they canceled the repeat of it they had scheduled without telling anyone. So people who recorded the repeat didn't get anything at all.
Oh.
Isn't Friday, though, kind of like a death for a TV show?
Not anymore. Shark Tank is on Friday. It does really, really well. And Blue Bloods does well. And NBC has Grimm And they also have put their new show, Constantine, their new I don't know how to describe Constantine. He's the movie character.
Okay.
That's on Friday night, too. So
well,
anyway, Friday's is getting to be a pretty good night.
You know you're old when you're like, great, good TV on Friday. I think I'll stay home.
How depressing.
It's been a while since I went out clubbing on Friday night.
Well, as a kid, you used to stay home and watch Love
Boat and Fantasy Island.
The TGIF shows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, good point. All right. And then I tried to watch some of that Madam Secretary last night. It looked really good, but I got busy doing something else. But I recorded, as you're saying, I recorded all night, so I ended up watching the 3 o'clock infomercial, which actually was the Madam Secretary.
Did you get it?
Yes, I recorded everything on Sunday night last night. So, and then I usually record 60 minutes, and I record 2 hours of 60 minutes.
Right.
Because it was on late, wasn't it?
Madam Secretary. I mean, at least you have it on the DVR.
Yes, I'm assuming I have it on the DVR.
And the Good Wife season premiere was last night.
Oh, when is Glee coming back? More importantly,
January. We're thinking.
January.
Well, you're the only one who cares.
What are you talking about? There's a whole legion of Glee fans out there.
What about Downton Abbey?
January. Unless you want to move to England, because it starts this week in England.
I'm surprised that somebody doesn't steal it and send it over here and somebody got bootleg tape or something.
Well, they do. You just have to break the law to watch it.
Bunch of old ladies.
Tech savvy.
A bunch of old ladies checking out some like bootleg tape of Downton Abbey.
To me, this time of year is so busy that I'd rather have it wait until January.
All right, fair enough.
And I have time to appreciate it.
And what is Transparent on Netflix?
Oh, it is so good. It premieres on Friday. It's Jeffrey Tambor as a husband and father who's transitioning to be a woman. It's a comedy drama. It's really, really good.
Really?
And all the episodes will be available Friday on Netflix.
That sounds like that HBO. Remember the HBO thing a couple of years ago, Gail? Who was the actor?
Yeah, I know Bill Wilkinson or Bill Williamson.
Where he was transitioning to be
that guy's a pretty good actor.
He's not an attractive woman, though.
He was not an attractive man either.
Jeffrey Tambor.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, it was not Bill Wilkerson. That's not what Bill's doing these days. But it's Bill somebody. It's somebody. That's the guy's name. Bill.
It was Bill something.
Bill something or other. Gail, when can we read you? When can we see you?
In Friday's Ghost section, we're going to have a look at all the people from Arrested Development and what they're up to now, including Jeffrey Tambor and including Tony Hale, who's coming to town to sign his new children's book.
How about that? All right. Gail, have yourself a good week, and
Okay.
we'll see you in 6 years when you come back to the studio again.
Christmas, I promise.
Christmas, you promise.
Cookies.
With cookies. All right. Be safe, Gail.
Bye, guys.
8:30 here, Big 550.